So I brought today a couple badass Kohakus for you. They look so impressive when they're up here in the bowl.
Well, let's see if the color matches my hat here. Nice. I love it.
So I have two koi today. One is a Matsui Sansai Kohaku. Matsui is the breeder. Sansai means 3 years old. And I also have this Sakai Hiroshima Nisai Kohaku. Only 2 years old.
Nisai, 2-year-old. Whoa.
Eric, this koi's 2 years old.
Can't even believe it.
Eric, this koi
It's 2 years old.
2 years old.
I heard you.
Yeah.
Was my jaw hanging down or something?
Man. I bought these koi as a tosai, like this size.
Wow.
And I've been growing them out in Japan for a year. This koi, its sisters are nowhere near as big as she is.
Same conditions, same pond, same feed, everything?
Exactly, yeah. She just happens to be a hungry girl that has done really, really well and grown.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Look at this massive patch of, to give perspective. I know in the camera they look big, but I mean, look at that patch right there. It's just a big fish.
Yeah.
And as a 2-year-old, I mean, some people have 2-year-old fish that aren't even as big as my hand,
Sure. Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly.
They don't feed them enough. They don't feed them right. They don't have the right conditions of water.
And an important point is that these koi at the end of the day will all be the same size. So it doesn't matter that this koi is huge right now. It doesn't mean it's going to be bigger long term. But
then why? Well, then what's the big deal? Why are you telling me so many times it's 2 years old? It's like
because
tell us why.
Well, for a couple reasons.
Okay.
So for koi breeders, it's important to grow them big at a young age so they can see what's going on with the koi. They want to make sure like its skeleton. You see this big spine out here. They want to see how big that bone can get. They want to see how big its mouth is going to be. They want to see the body line, like how straight the line is from here to there. They want to make sure that it can hold its color through their feeding regimen.
Okay.
So I don't know if you've ever tried this, but some of my tosai, if I overfeed them and feed them like crazy, and when I say like feed them like crazy, I'm talking about like several percent of their body weight a day. Like an abnormal, disgusting amount of koi food. The colors will just fade away because they're just using so much nutrient and force into growing the body.
Okay.
That the color just fades away.
And will it come back or
no? It's gone.
It's done.
Yeah.
Okay.
So a lot of these breeders are using just astronomical amounts of food to try to get these fish huge, just to see if the color is strong enough, deep enough to be able to.
So they're almost trying to force them to break.
You got it. Exactly.
Okay. Break it not in a bad way, but break color and so.
Yeah.
I want to make sure everyone knows it's healthy, right?
Yeah, of course. Okay. Of course. Yeah. It's the happiest koi ever.
Yeah.
Specifically, we brought these koi today because I wanted to show you the difference in bloodlines. These are two very famous Kohaku breeders. I mean, this is Sakai of Hiroshima, who's probably the most famous Kohaku breeder in the world. Won so many grand champions in the All Japan Koi Show, and probably 50-60% of the last All Japan Grand Champion Kohakus have been from his farm.
Wow.
Yeah, the last 10 years.
Since they're so big, let's take a second to spin them around so they can see the viewers can see the angle.
Yeah, absolutely. We put a little anesthesia in here too to keep them nice and mellow, so they're pretty well and easy to handle.
Keep them like this, and then we'll turn this one around. Yeah. They can see the body next to each other. To be clear again, this is the 2-year-old, 3-year-old. Okay.
Yep.
So you can see them side by side.
Yeah. So
you can definitely see it's thicker right here. The caudal peduncle right there is nice and fat.
Look
on
at that,
this 3-year-old.
Sexy words right there.
Love it, man.
Yeah.
So we can expect this guy to get a lot thicker right here. And
exactly. In fact, when they're straight here like so, my only complaint about this koi is its body line.
The 3-year-old?
Yeah.
Okay.
Her head is just massive, and that's a huge thing we're going to be talking about for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But if you notice, it goes down and then starts to slowly break right around that spot right there. And ideally, we prefer that line to continue all the way down to the tail.
Just one nice contour instead of that little...
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is very, very minor, right? Like this is still very expensive koi.
We're talking textbook.
Yes.
This fish is amazing. You can't discount that for a minute, but
Right.
But you're thinking textbook. You're trying to get a $60,000 Kohaku.
Right.
This
right.
is okay. Got
Right.
it.
You got it.
Clear.
This Kohaku, however, does have that sort of much stronger body line that goes all,
no doubt.
all the way down
I
there.
definitely don't see that little bump in here.
Right.
I guess we got to wait another year to see.
What happens. Right. Yeah.
Force it out.
It's a better time to compare a 3-year-old to a 3-year-old would be better, obviously,
Of course.
to compare. But these I thought were similar in size and color development.
At a koi show, would they compete together, or
Yeah,
they would be in the same
if they're in
category
the same
because
size.
of the size, right?
Indeed.
Okay.
Indeed.
It's tricky because the 3-year-old, of course, this guy's got a nice fat.
Oh yeah.
Or girl, I should say. She's nice and thick right here.
Yeah.
So that would be.
So we just talked right now about growing a koi huge as a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
You should see the koi breeders who grow koi incredibly slow for koi shows. I know a guy who actually hooks up a chiller to his ponds, and he'll have a koi that's literally this big, that's 5 years old.
So the thing that they need to know is chillers, because the lower the water temperature, the
Right.
slower they grow.
You got it.
More temperature, they grow faster.
Yep.
Okay, so amazing. So he probably keeps it at like 65 or
Yeah,
62,
exactly. And the idea is he wants, maybe even a little bit cooler, to be honest with you.
right.
He wants to get the Benny, the red, to develop.
Yeah.
So you notice on a young koi, the red is very orangish, and it only
Yeah.
starts to mature as it gets older and older.
Okay.
So we want that real thick Benny on a very small koi, so it can compete against fish that are only a year old and haven't had the
Right.
chance to get that Benny to develop.
Little tricky.
Yeah.
Let's spin these guys again and
Yep.
put both heads going this way.
Perfect.
So we can look at them side by each. Because I definitely want to talk about this big cranial bump on this 2-year-old.
This is why I brought them, exactly.
Is this fish smarter than this fish because it has a huge brain right here?
Well, I don't think it's a brain.
Well,
I think
that's what I was saying.
I picture
the
it
shoulder,
like
right?
Yeah. I picture it like a giant jock with his, his big clavicles,
Right.
just like monstering around.
So let's talk about this. Is this desirable or not? I mean,
yeah, that's a question. I get this question all the time, and that's why we're shooting these koi specifically today. I would say most people come in, they see this huge monster hump, and they're like, dude, that's badass. Like, this koi is just like ripped out on steroids. I want it.
yeah.
And then the next question they ask me is that a good thing? And the answer is it doesn't matter. These are two different bloodlines. This is Sakai Hiroshima. When I look at this, when I see something like this,
Yeah.
I know, oh, this is a Sakai Hiroshima koi. Like, this is from Kentaro. When I see this, I'm like, oh, that's more of like a. I know it's Matsui based on a couple other features on it specifically.
Okay.
But this more old school Tomoen bloodline has a much more smooth transition throughout the body. There are times where this shape here, get this tail out of the way. There are times where this shape here is a trap. And what I mean by that, if the head shape isn't large enough, so say the head was maybe this size, right here,
Yep.
you're gonna get a big hump on a fish, just naturally. So with a deformed head, sometimes you'll see a big hump. That's not a bloodline feature.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does, but I think it's going to be hard for a lot of people to distinguish that.
Right.
When they go to other, when they tour around the world and go to other koi facilities, they go like, "Is this?" So help people around the world understand when it's good and when it's bad.
Yeah,
Bloodline
sure.
versus. And
Sure.
I don't think you clarified trap in good, bad. What?
Yeah, good. I meant a trap as in something that's bad.
Okay.
So there are times when this hump is a bad thing, or it's a sign that the fish isn't going to grow very big, just because its head is too small.
Is there a percentage we're looking for?
No, it's something that you really have to just study your koi for a long, long time to understand.
Geez, Shawn, get us there faster.
All right, so